Hello everyone! So today we're going to take a look at the Transformers Age of the Primes, the 13 Megatronus the Fallen. So he is the third of the 13 that has come out in this Age of the Primes line, and he looks so amazing. He is my favorite among the 2025 releases that I've had so far. He's a really fun figure to play with, and as you can see, he is really massive. This is what a leader class should look like. But yeah, let's start with the review, and as usual, let's take a look at his box first. Let me put him on the side. So here we have the Megatronus the Fallen box. So up front, standard, we have his picture here in the upper right, all awesome and blazing, as you can see. And his tank mode is there as well. His alt mode, which is a Cybertronian tank, is also blazing and burning. And it says here 38 massive steps for Megatronus the Fallen. On the side, we have a bigger or close-up picture of Megatronus, and you can see he's like a furnace right there. He is all fired up, burning. That's how powerful he is. And at the bottom it says Age of the Primes, Megatronus the Fallen. At the back, as usual, he has a bunch of accessories for a leader class. He has two weapons there, one katana or machete looking sword, a trident, and I think this is a fusion cannon. I'm not sure. So it also shows his robot mode and his tank mode. That's really cool. And at the side, we have, as usual, for the Age of the Primes line, we have the statue of the 13 with Megatronus there in the middle. I think that's Optimus here, not too sure. And it says at the bottom, leader class. So let's take a look at Megatronus himself. So here we have Megatronus the Fallen, and I've removed all of his accessories, or all of the accessories that came with him, except for this one. This one is actually separated. You just need to put it in. Yeah, so let's look at them one by one. Let's look at the blast effects first, or no, sorry, not blast effects, but burning effects. So this is the bigger one, which were in his shoulders, or which can be put in his shoulders. So let me show you how. So on the side of him, there is a peg there, and you can just, oh, it's the opposite one, sorry. So there's a peg here, and there's a peg hole, or 5mm port. Just put it there, and yeah, that's how it looks. Let's put all of his burn effects on him. And these two smaller ones can be put here on these two ports there. So just put those in. So there we go. He looks really awesome. And then the next one is his fusion cannon, similar to what Megatron has in his arm. So it's pretty similar to Megatron's, and it has Megatronus insignia there. So you can attach it to either arm, whichever you want. There are two 5mm ports here. So I'll put it on his right arm, where it usually is. There. And then we have these two. This sword, or katana looking sword, and this trident, which can actually be combined to form somewhat of like a big spear. So Megatronus can hold this. Oops. You just hold his arm, open his hands, and clip it in. Just lock it in place, and then close his hand for firmer grip. And there we go. And he can also hold it separately on both hands. Of course, depends on how you want him to hold it. And this last one is like a small cannon, which according to the manual, you can put in here on the side of his backpack, which can be placed somewhat like that. So that's how he looks like, fully decked up according to the official instructions or manual. But I've seen some who actually put this smaller cannon on his back, on here, similar to how Megatron has it, the original G1 Megatron has it. And let me show you how to store the two weapons, or the two melee weapons that he has. So just break those two apart. Oh no. So the head of the trident can also be removed, so let's just connect it back in and then detach these two, and then we can attach them to either the side of the backpack or the backpack itself. There are actually multiple ports here for Megatronus, so if you want to store the mini cannon similar to how Megatron has it, you can put it there, and you can just store the two melee weapons on his side. So yeah, that's how you store all of his weapons. So let's take a closer look at Megatronus the Fallen. So face sculpt, really amazing. The yellow paint really looks cool on the purple and black paint, a majority paint, so the yellow shows that he's really burning like a furnace, similar to his burning effects here. So yeah, you can look at all the details there. Just take a look. It's all well detailed, even in the arms, even his fusion cannon. Just take a closer look at all of his parts from top to bottom. And let's look at the back. So as you'd expect from a leader class, there's no hollow joints at all, and everything looks really amazing for me. I have no complaints for the robot mode of Megatronus the Fallen. So let's take a look at his articulation. So first off, the head can look downwards, can look upwards, can look sideways. The shoulders can move a full 360. There is a small butterfly joint as well, which you can put back. The arms can move this much. Let me remove the burn effects first. There is a bicep swivel. Oh, I moved the... There is a bicep swivel. And then there is the elbow joint, can go way past 90. There is a wrist swivel as well, and a little bit of wrist motion sideways. And then finger articulation. The entire four fingers can move. For the hips can move freely all the way. The legs can kick sidewards this far, forwards way past 90, and backwards almost 90 as well. So there is a thigh swivel, a knee bend, which is 90 degrees or a little bit more, and of course there is an ankle pivot, which is kind of covered by this, so it doesn't look awkward like some of the ankle pivots, because it's not hollowed out. So yeah, that's the articulation and a closer look for Megatronus the Fallen. Let's do some proper size comparisons for him. So first off, we have the 86 movie deluxe class Bumblebee. Next, we have the Dramatic Capture series Earthrise Megatron, Studio Series 86 Leader Class Galvatron. As you can see, Megatronus is definitely bigger than both the Earthrise Megatron and the 86 movie Galvatron. Now for some Prime comparisons, we have the Kingdom Commander Class Rodimus Prime. We have the 86 movie Commander Class Optimus Prime. We have the Age of the Primes Voyager Class Prima Prime. And lastly, we have the Age of the Primes Deluxe Class Solus Prime. So let's head on to transformation. So guys, please bear with me. This is a very involved transformation. As you've seen earlier, it has 38 steps. So yeah, this might be a long one. But first of all, the first thing that you need to do is basically remove all of his accessories from his body, except for this one. This can stay there. But don't worry, all of those will be incorporated in his alt mode. So yeah, let's proceed with the first step. So the first step is to close his hands, make sure they're closed, and then just pull them out, slide the hands in, and close it back, and do the same with the other one. There we go. And the next step is you want to his scope on his right shoulder, just make it face outwards and then fold it to the side. Do the same with the side cannons, just fold it forwards, just like so. Now what we're gonna do is basically lift this up, this chest piece up along with his head, so it will lift up like that, and this entire inner chest piece along with the shoulders can pop out, so just like that. So basically this is what we're looking at right now. And the next step is basically pull this entire chest piece forward along with his head and neck, so just like this. Let me pull those out. And then the next thing we're gonna do is fold these two chest plates forward like this, and then we're going to rotate it 180 so that it will be facing the back, just like this. So now the next step will involve the tracks which are at the back of his head. So we're basically going to lift these up, lift this up, and do the same with the other one. So it will look something just like this. Now the next one, we're basically going to put this part again there. So just angle it something like this. Or no, wait, let me fix it. No, sorry. So make sure this one goes down. Then we're going to angle it like this. So his head is like hidden there. So it should look something like that from the top view, from the side view, from the back view. Now what we're going to do is basically fold this sideways, the tracks on his back. Now pull this part, pull it out, rotate it, and then lock it upwards. So there's a tab there, there's a tab here which will go to the slot. So basically just connect it, make sure it's connected properly. There. Do it with the other one as well. So there we go, all locked in. Wait, let me lock this one. This one's not locking for some reason. Let me lock it real quick. Now once you've locked these two, we're basically going to fold this inwards, and you can see there's a tab here and there's a tab here. Oh sorry, there's a tab here which will go to this slot and this slot respectively. So basically attach it to the chest piece earlier, do the same with the other one, and there we go. We have one half of the tank complete. Now we move on to the lower part, which is the legs. So kind of lift this up a little bit, and then we're going to basically rotate the hips 180, just like so. And then these two skirts, you're gonna lift this up to put them there, basically. So now that we have that aligned, so this is gonna be quite difficult because this is a big figure. It's gonna be difficult for me to show anyway. So on this part, we're basically going to unclip these tabs or these things. So just fold them all the way. Same with the other one. Now the tracks on the back, we're going to lift it up and fold the feet in, and then put the tracks back. Do the same with the other one. Lift the tracks, sorry, fold the foot in, and put it back. And then we're going to rotate the leg from the knee. There's a knee swivel there. We're going to rotate it 180. So now that the back or the front is facing the back. Do the same with the other one. Now what we're going to do is on the thigh here, there's another joint. So we're basically going to fold it one more time. So what I usually do is I just press my thumb here and I pull outwards, just like that. And then there's like a hinge here. We're basically going to lock the leg there, just like so. Now do the same with the other one. So I put my thumb in, pull it outwards, and there we go. Now just pull it up and lock it in place. Now the next thing we're gonna do is basically this skirt piece, just fold it downwards. Now these two things, these two flaps that we pulled out earlier, we're going to fold it down, and these two tabs will lock these flaps in place. So if this is aligned properly, we should be able to lock it in. So just align it properly and do the same with the other one. And there we go. We have the entire back part transformed. No, you couldn't see it, sorry. So we have the entire back part, or underneath part of the tank, transformed. Now the next thing we're gonna do is basically lock this or fold this entire thing down. So there are two tabs here and here, which will lock into these slots there. So just fold them down and then lock them in place. They should lock easily. So just like that. Now we only have the arms remaining, so you can position these arms ready to the side, just like this. Now the arm parts, we're going to rotate it 180 so that the hinges are visible. So do the same with the other one. So basically our tank is only missing the cannon. So let's put Megatronus aside for now. Now let's go to the fusion cannon, which I said earlier will be a part of the alt mode. So the first thing you're gonna do is this, the peg where you attach it to his arm, just slide it backwards so it looks like that. So the main issue, or when I first did it, I was really having a hard time because I was trying to pull it out. You can't pull it out or even push it from here. You just gotta put your thumb in and then push to slide it out. So yeah, that's just a tip. And then this fusion cannon can actually be extended, so just pull the upper part upwards. So it's kind of difficult. Oh, I can't pull it from there. So just pull it up. Well, for some reason I can't pull it up right now. There, sorry. So I guess you just gotta pull it upwards first and then extend it so it becomes a longer cannon. But that's not it. The small cannon that we attach to his back, so you can actually flip the peg just like so. So you can flip the peg just like that, and of course we're going to connect them together, and this is basically his cannon. So there are two ports here on the shoulders where you can just basically put him in, or put the cannon in. And there we go. We have Megatronus, and basically in his full alt mode, Cybertronian tank mode. Look at that. Really big, really scary tank mode. So, as I've said earlier, all of his accessories can be put in his alt mode. So let's put all of his accessories in here. So first off, the two melee weapons, we're going to combine them similar to what I did earlier, and then for the small fire effects, not blast effects. So this one, there's a 5mm port there, which we could actually put in here or in here, whichever way we want. So I'm going to put these two in here. It's like a burning effect, and then we can attach these tabs to the slot on Megatronus' side right there, or on the other side, of course, whichever way you want. So for this video, I'm going to put it on his right side, so his melee weapon can be on his side, an additional weapon for this massive tank. And of course, the last two burning fire effects can be put on his shoulders or on the side of his cannon. So there are, of course, slots here which you can tab these in, just like so. And here we have Megatronus the Fallen, fully decked out as a Cybertronian tank, which is really massive. So let's take a closer look at him in his tank mode. Look at the detail on this guy. The black and purple really says evil, you know, because it's really a villain's color, purple and black as well, plus the burning effects. If that doesn't spell villain or evil, I don't know what does. Yeah, look, the details are so amazing. Though one of my knocks here are these feet. It's obvious that they are feet, but everything else looks amazing for a Cybertronian truck, that is, or tank. And one of the issues, by the way, is that the cannon is actually connected on the shoulder and not on the arms. So if you try to lift up the cannon on the cannon itself, sometimes the arms will not come with it. So yeah, when posing him, that might be an issue for you guys when posing him. So if you want to articulate the cannon, I suggest you hold it from his shoulders. So yeah, really fully articulated, really amazing. You can look up and down. So yeah, let's do some size comparisons, but I won't be comparing him to any of the primes anymore, since I've done the prime comparisons in the previous videos that I posted. Today I'm going to compare Megatronus to some of the tank Decepticons that I have. First, we have here the Studio Series Transformers 1 Megatron, or D17. He is finally with his idol Megatronus the Fallen. Next up, we have the Dramatic Capture Series Blitzwing. Up next, we have the Studio Series Bumblebee movie Shockwave. And Shockwave is the only tank figure that I have that is actually longer than Megatronus. We have here the Dramatic Capture Series Earthrise Megatron. And last but definitely not least, the Studio Series 86 Galvatron. So final thoughts on the Age of the Primes leader class Megatronus the Fallen. Definitely the best figure so far in 2025, and 100% the best figure out of the Age of the Primes line so far. Definitely a must buy, especially if you're a collector. Really great figure. The robot mode is amazing, articulation is amazing for a leader class, the accessories, everything is amazing. The transformation is very involved but not too complicated, and even in his alt mode, the tank mode, really looks amazing again. The only knock I have on the robot mode are the feet, which can be quite visible. Not in the robot mode, I'm sorry, the tank mode are the feet, which are quite visible on the back of the tank. But everything else is really amazing, and it rolls really well as well. I wasn't able to show it, but it rolls really well. So yeah, that's it for my review on Megatronus the Fallen. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and see you guys next time. Bye bye.